What's going on, guys? It's Near25 here, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team playthrough. So, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was not able to do any off-screen work since the last episode because I was absolutely, knocked out and down for the count yesterday. I was feeling so terrible the past couple days, as I had mentioned in the last episode, and I was like, you know what, I was like, Thursday night, I was sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I probably need to take tomorrow and just do, a full, reset, because I was feeling so crappy, all day Thursday, too, especially, second half of the day, I just did not feel good. I was exhausted, I felt crappy, it was not a good time. So, basically, that's what I did yesterday. I ended up I didn't even realize, but I ended up turning my alarm off yesterday, when it went off, and went right back to sleep, but I didn't even remember doing that. I woke up at about 11 without an alarm. I think it was 10:50 or something. I think I woke up, and I looked at my phone, so I was I felt quote-unquote okay, so I was I probably got some sleep, but let me see what time it is, and it was 10:50, and I was whoa, I was did I turn my 9 o'clock alarm off, or did I sleep through it? That's really weird, whatever. So I ended up getting out of bed, and then I did not feel good at all, so I ate some food, and then I'm you know what, I'm just gonna go lay back down. I was you know what, I was I wanted to try to record, but I'm really not feeling right, and I don't have the energy to record right now, so, and I need to get myself back on track and take care of my body and everything, so let me just take today, let it be a resting day, you know, whatever, recharge, reset, everything that I need it to be. So I basically was in bed all day yesterday. And I didn't really start to feel much better until way late in the evening, but even then it wasn't you know, super great. And then I didn't really sleep that good last night, but to be completely honest, but which I think was mostly because I slept later in the day than I wanted to yesterday. I ended up falling asleep, I think, about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I slept till almost 5. Because I went to bed last night about midnight because I wanted to try to go to sleep a little bit early to get, you know, as much rest and recharge as I could, and I woke up at 3:45. And then I pretty much was up and down a handful of times the whole rest of the night up until my alarm went off at 9. But I'm feeling pretty good right now. And I felt pretty good since I woke up this morning, which is a good thing. So hopefully I got my reset. On a positive note, the Dodgers are in Colorado, so they're more Central Time than East Coast time or West Coast time. So their games aren't getting done at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, so for the next couple days to end the regular season, so hopefully I'll be able to continue to get my sleep fixed. But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna quit rambling on about my life because I'm sure you guys don't care that much about it. You've probably all clicked off the video by now. But because of that though, I obviously was not able to do any of the off-screen leveling up that I said that I was going to do, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're just going to go run and do some missions, do some filler arc stuff while we get these levels up. And then I'll finish it off screen, and then we'll head on to progress the story in the next episode. But we inadvertently do have some story to progress today, at least, which is good. So it's not going to be a complete and total waste. It's just not going to be physical story progression, as in going through a dungeon, but it will be progression. And you may be wondering what that is and how I know this. Well, I'll show you in a moment. Our bag's all good. I just gotta decide what missions we're gonna do. So when I was going up to evolve Blastoise, I noticed we had some friends here at Wishcash's Pond. They found something and their wish will come true. And they can't even tell Gengar about it. They're not even going to tell the team leader? Are they planning on overthrowing him? This is even funnier that we're doing this with Sudowoodo because he's the mimic Pokemon, right? So like he just mimics himself to be a tree. So like they could have I mean, granted, it wouldn't matter what Pokemon you're using, they'd still have that same reaction after all their dialogue and stuff. But like my headcanon right now is it's funnier because they just thought Sudowoodo was a tree this whole time up until the very end. I see. So something about making wishes come true and then they run away. Okay. Well, I'm sure that's going to be completely irrelevant and we're just never going to have anything to do with that ever again. So I wouldn't pay any mind to that, guys. Oh, I need to buy all this stuff. Yes, give me some moolah. Give me some moolah. I don't feel like getting exact amounts and doing math, so we're just going to take all of it out. Yes, I am being that lazy. Uh-oh, I don't got the space. Crap. Okay, we're just gonna do this one at a time then. Because we definitely need the max elixirs. Actually, you know what? I can expedite this process a little bit. Because we're about to buy 2 more, I think, right? And I'll throw our Reviver Seed away too. I don't really need it right now. Yeah, there we go. I think, though, I want to say that one day has to go by and we'll see them again, but I don't actually fully remember, to be completely honest with you guys. I think it's only one day, though. Alright, so let's decide what missions we want to do, because obviously, like, we're not high enough level to go to the bigger dungeons quite yet, but we still want to get one that'll give us some decent XP. Mount Freeze should be okay, I guess. Yeah, because I got no duplicates, that's fine. Mount Freeze will do. Hopefully we can scoop up some Reviver Seeds chilling on the floor here also. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, so we gotta get Sudowoodo up the last 3 levels so we can go grab Zapdos. And then obviously Gligar and Donphan, we're trying to get to level 30 to decide out of the 2 of them which would be the best companion to send with Onyx to go to the Thunder Meadow place. I don't think it's called Meadow, but the Thunder Fields actually I think is what it's called. To progress on the Mirage Pokemon path of the post-game. Alright. Oh, where are we going, by the way? I didn't even pay attention to that. 11th floor. Okay. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day today, though. Today is Saturday, so I hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend, and I hope everybody had a good week. Oh. There we go. I don't know why I just, like, ignored that, even though I even said when I got here, like, oh, you know, we'll be finding more Reviver Seeds. And then what do? The first seed that I see, I go to ignore. Just out of habit, because usually they're blast seeds and stuff at most dungeons, you know? playoff baseball starts on Tuesday, though, which I can't wait for. Well, technically it doesn't start for the Dodgers, but in general it starts on Tuesday. Because with us having the best record in the NL, we as well as having the division, we're top seed for the National League, so we get the bye week again, just like we've had the last 2 years. I just hope that it doesn't come back to bite us like it has the last 2 years, and that we don't forget how to play baseball over that week. But the wild card rounds start on Tuesday. And the National League wild card is gonna be crazy because it's quite literally, and the even weirder part about it is it's gonna come down to the day before the series is supposed to start. Because for those of you that maybe don't live in the US or that just haven't been following any news going around in the US, there's a big hurricane that's about to hit down south. And due to that, there were the Mets were playing in Atlanta. What was it? Middle of this week, I think, or beginning of this week, whatever, when this hurricane was supposed to be hitting. And because of that, they obviously, canceled the games because there would have been, way more danger and a bunch of rain. So obviously you can't play baseball with rain or danger, right? So they postponed the last 2 games of the series. And they're going to be playing a doubleheader on Monday. And the NL wildcard race, as of right now, is absolutely insane because as of today, I mean, granted, again, the Mets and the Braves are 2 games, behind, quote unquote, because they still have 2 games to play from that doubleheader. But there's a 3-way tie for the wild card between the Mets, the Braves, and the Diamondbacks. Now, obviously, 2 of them are going to make it. 1 of them is not. And that is going to be decided this weekend / Monday because the Diamondbacks and the Braves end their season playing each other. And then, of course, the Mets and the Braves are going to have their doubleheader on Monday. So it's pretty wild that how tight that's gonna. It's like I've seen seasons before where like wild card spots or divisions or postseason berths or whatever, they've come down to like the last game or the last handful of games. But this NL wildcard race this year is quite literally going to come down to the last race. Like we're freaking NASCAR. I got NASCAR on the brain because it's also race weekend in Kansas for the first race of the first round of the Xfinity playoffs and the first race of the second round of the Cup Series playoffs this weekend. But no, not the last race though. The last game. Technically the last game also, but the last day, even though it's the last day plus 1 of the regular season to decide the NL wildcard race. That's gonna be kind of crazy. And it's so, and how it's seeded is going to be, it'll be the Padres, because they're already locked in. They're going to be playing, I think, whoever has the second wild card spot. Because as of right now, they got the Mets in that spot, and I think the Mets are holding the second wild card spot at the moment. So it's going to be the Padres against whoever holds the second wild card, and then whoever wins that wild card series, which is a best of 3, they'll go on to play us in the NLDS, which will be a best of 5. And I'm I'm really hoping that we don't repeat our NLDS performances from the last 2 seasons because they were utterly embarrassing. Both years. So 23 wasn't as bad as 22 was. Like 22 was really bad. Like 2022 was really bad. Like it was beyond embarrassing in 2022. Like the Dodgers, that in 2022 the Dodgers had like 120 wins. They broke the single season record for the team, like wins for the season for the team. And I think they were only like a handful of games off of breaking the league record that year. And also that year, like we had absolutely owned the Padres. Like even with them doing what they did to us in the postseason, we still, like, if you count the postseason as part of the season series, we still had them beat by, like, I think 2 or 3 games, right? But, like, so I think we were up, like, 6-1 against them or something like that going into the postseason. Whatever it was, we were, like, way, way in front of them. That's all I really remember. But they had a lot of momentum coming from the wild card game, for one. We had been sitting for a week, for 2. And apparently that meant we forgot how to play baseball because the Padres absolutely embarrassed us. And they took us in 4 games. And, like, I think the game that we won, it wasn't even close. So, like, it's kind of crazy and really unfortunate. And then last year, same thing. We didn't necessarily own the Diamondbacks last year, but, like, you know, we definitely were better than the Diamondbacks last year. And they just squeaked into the wild card. Like, nobody even had thought that they were gonna do anything, but they snuck into the wild card. They really beat up on whoever they played, and then they came to play us, and it was the same thing. Like, all of our pitchers forgot how to throw a baseball. None of our batters knew how to swing a bat. Like, it was really embarrassing. And I don't even think we won 1 game. I think they swept us, actually, which was even worse. It was really, really bad. So I'm really hoping that does not happen this year. But I'm kind of worried that it will, not just because of the whole we forget how to play baseball over a week span of time. It's mostly because we've got so many injuries. Like, we're nowhere near full strength. Like, I think we'll be okay in, like, a 4 game series. But if we start getting like 5, 6, 7, I think that's when we're going to get in trouble. Like, in the NLDS, I think as long as we can either sweep it in 3 games or at least take it in 4, then I think we'll be okay. Or we potentially might be okay if we go 5. Because the bullpen has been picking it up a lot lately. But I still would prefer to not go 5, so we wouldn't even have to try it. You know what I mean? And then, of course, like, with the CS and obviously the World Series, if we make it that far, I'm hoping we can take that in 4 and sweep it in 4. Or possibly only go 5, because, like, Yamamoto hasn't really been fully himself after coming back from the IL, which, I mean, that's to be expected. And Buehler, he's been pitching a lot better lately, but, you know, considering he's missed the last, year and a half, pushing 2 years, something like that. longer than that even. I don't even think he pitched at all in 22, I'm sorry. So 2 years, you know, 2.5, whatever he's missed, you know, so he's missed a lot. So it's like, you know, he's starting to get his feet back under him now, but like it's still kind of rocky. And then so you know, we got them two, and then Flaherty's been pretty solid. So I mean that's good for us. He was a really good pickup from Detroit at the trade deadline. But Glasnow shut down for the season. I don't remember Kershaw's timeline, so I don't know if he's going to be back at all during the postseason or not. Or if he is, when during the postseason he's going to be back. So we don't have Kersh, we don't have Glasnow. Gonsolin's still on the IL, but I think they said he might be potentially able to come back at some point in time, depending on how far into the postseason we make it. Which, I mean, that's reassuring, but not really at the same time, right? And then, you know, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's nerve-wracking, to say the least. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously I'm going to hope that they go all the way and that they do good, but I'm just really, with how the last 2 years have gone, I'm just really nervous with having this bye week. Because it's like, at the same time, like, you know, it's awesome to be the best team in baseball. Because, like, you know, you get to make a statement or whatever. But, like, if you get wiped in the postseason in the first round, it makes being the quote-unquote best team in baseball even more embarrassing. Or overrated looking. And it's, yeah, it makes it more overrated looking, and it's even more embarrassing, you know, that it's happened, since you're quote-unquote the best team in baseball, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, in some respects, it's kind of like, I kind of wish we were just like, you know, like, well, not even second best, because that still gets a bye week, like third best in the NL, so like we guaranteed lock in ourselves to the wild card, but like, so we guaranteed make it, but we have the wild card round. But then again, at the same time, like, one, that's more games to play, so that's more wear and tear on everybody, and more stamina getting used up, and two, that's more just another chance to get knocked out. So it's like, you know, it's like a catch-22. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you kind of can build that momentum if you play in the wild card, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you win. So it's like, you know, it's good and bad. It's, so it's like, it's kind of hard to, I mean, granted, obviously, you know, I think that the teams would rather have the bye week just because, but it's like, is that really the best though? Like, you know what I mean? The thing with me that I don't understand though is, it's like, you know, we take a week off for the All-Star break too. And, you know, we come back second half and it's, you know, we're right back at it, playing great baseball, you know, whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. Keep on winning, keep on going on win streaks, keep on doing this, keep on breaking records, making accomplishments, etc., etc. But then we take a week off when the regular season ends for the postseason to start, and then now, you know, none of us know how to pitch, none of us know how to hit. Like, it's just weird, you know? And I'm also kind of worried because our bats haven't really been, like, except for Ohtani, of course, but, you know, he doesn't count. But, like, our bats haven't really been, like, the Dodgers bats lately, you know what I mean? Like, we've been quite a handful of the last few games we've been playing, like, we came back, like, in the 8th, 9th inning to come back to win, and it's like, that's all well and good, because we're winning, and that shows that we're capable of doing it, but, like, why did it take that long, and what happens if we get a game where we can't do that late, and we lose because we couldn't score early either, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm kind of hoping that we can build some momentum, though, like playing in Colorado, because that's where we're ending the season, is in Colorado. I know offensive numbers in Colorado are kind of, like, irrelevant because of the elevation and whatnot, but I'm hoping we can at least build some momentum there going into our off week until the DS starts, and use that to propel us through. But of course, only time will tell as far as that's concerned. So I just gotta keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best. I'm also excited though for this weekend because the first race, like I was saying, the first race of the second round of the Cup Series playoffs starts this weekend in Kansas, the round of 12. So that's gonna be exciting. Unfortunately, with the point reset, Bowman is back below the cut line now, which is a little concerning, but it's only a handful of points, and they're riding a huge momentum swing right now because they were the highest performing playoff driver in the first round, which was awesome. And I love that he's silencing the haters so much, because everybody is like always, the past like year and a half, everybody's been like, oh, I don't know why he's still driving for Hendrick, and oh, he's not coming back next year because they don't want him, and because he's not performing, and oh, he's gonna be racing for these people, and oh, he ain't going nowhere. And he's showing y'all motherfuckers why he ain't going nowhere. I love it. So I'm not really worried about it, and Kansas is a really good track for us as an organization. I mean, Larson won it in the spring for that historic, that super historic finish, which was awesome. So, and I mean, obviously he's top seed, so I'm really not worried about him. And Byron and Chase are pretty comfy. They're not very comfy, but they're pretty comfy. I just hope that all 4 cars have a really good points day today, because with Talladega next week, quite literally anything can happen, and I'm going to be stressed the ever-loving hell out because literally anything can happen. So I'm hoping that all 4 of my guys can have a good points week this week in Kansas. Preferably one of them could win, so then, they'll be locked in no matter what happens at Talladega. And even more preferably, I kind of hope it is Bowman, since he's lowest in the points starting off. But if we can get solid enough points to where whatever happens in Talladega doesn't matter necessarily, and we can just have a solid day at the Roval in 2 weeks and be good to go, then that's okay. I already have a Stantler, don't I? I hope I do. Okay, good. Next season, though, they're absolutely crazy next year, because they got, next season, I think they got Talladega and Martinsville, I think, in the same round. Or Talladega and Bristol, whatever. It's Talladega and a short track. I just can't remember which short track. I want to say it's Martinsville, though. Yeah, because it's in the... Yeah, they moved Talladega from the round of 8 from the round of 12 to the round of 8. And then Martinsville is the race right after that. So you got, which is, you know, that's usually the last round in the round, or the last race in the round of 8 anyway. Martinsville is. But now you got Talladega added to that too. In the round of 8 to decide the championship for, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm already stressed for next postseason, and it hasn't even, and this season's postseason isn't even halfway over yet. Like, that's just absolutely crazy to me that they got Talladega and Martinsville back to back in the round of 8 next year, but alright guys, that's some more missions done. I'm gonna run really quick and see if the dynamic duo are back at Wishcash's Pond, because I think that they should be. Because I'm pretty sure anyway that you just have to do like 1 day's worth of missions and then they'll be back. But let's go see really quick. Either way, we'll be ending things off now because I do think it's a great place to wrap this card up. But I think that, yep, they're back after a day. Well, I mean, obviously only the 2 of you would be going because you didn't want to tell Gengar. A broader lower jaw. Bruh. You don't have that. You're not capable of finding that now? Do you not have a house? Oh, okay, well that's fair. I love how their dialogue there is the exact same. Okay, so I think one more day of progress, like of time passing by, and then that'll progress again. I'm pretty sure, but like I said, guys, I think it's a great place to wrap this part up. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like down below. I'd greatly appreciate that, and click that subscribe button if you guys are new. And don't forget to click that little notification bell so you guys do get notified next time videos do go live on the channel. And with that, I'll see you guys on my next episode. See you later, guys.